Dear students, we are on the CEC Gurukul lectures. We are in the series of characterization of nanomaterials, and in this series we are talking about the atomic force microscope, and this is the part 2. As we discussed that atomic force microscope is the part of the scanning probe microscopy, which use the probe to interact with the sample and that produce the imaging of the surface. We can get the surface properties by using the AFM of the nanomaterials and other conducting non-conducting materials. Now presently we discuss about the AFM modes of action, as we discussed in the last lecture that there are the 3 modes of the AFM action. First is the contact mode, second is the non-contact mode, and third is the tapping mode. As the name suggests, contact mode, when the tip and the sample is in contact. Non-contact mode, there is a gap between the tip and the sample. And tapping mode, the tip is tap on the surface of the sample. So this AFM works in the 3 modes. What are the advantages of AFM? We will discuss further. Disadvantages of AFM, application of AFM, and we discuss the comparison between the AFM and the electronic microscope. How AFM, how the scanning probe microscopy or the probe microscopy is different from the electronic microscopy. So we start with the 3 modes of the AFM: contact mode, non-contact mode, and the tapping mode. Next here we see that what is the contact mode. The deflection of the cantilever is kept constant in the contact mode. Here we see there is a strong repulsive forces and constant force or constant distance is maintained in this contact mode. You see in the diagram that there is a surface and this cantilever, which is having the tip, is moving continuously with a constant speed on the surface of the sample. So this is a contact mode. Next is the non-contact mode. Here the tip is oscillated at the resonance frequency and the amplitude of the oscillation is kept constant, but it will move according to the surface structure. Here you see in the diagram that how this tip is moving accordingly to the surface structure, but with the resonance frequency and the amplitude of this oscillation is kept constant. This is very important point. There is a weak attractive forces. Force of the interaction is the weak, and vibrating probe, we can say it is a vibrating probe. Probe is vibrating towards on the surface of the sample. Next is the mode of tapping. In this tapping mode, somewhere it is in between the contact mode and the non-contact mode. Here see in the right hand side, sometimes it will be in contact with the sample, sometimes it is above at the sample, and you see on the screen that how it is moving on the screen, and it is the tapping mode. The cantilever just go down to the surface and it will up down to the surface. It means here is a vibration on the cantilever, and the force of interactions is strong repulsive forces. So these are the 3 modes, and we discuss further more about the contact mode, that the distance between the tip and the sample is very less in this contact mode. Thus the cantilever is repelled due to the repulsion of atom. So this is the contact mode. There is a force of repulsion and the distance is very less between the sample and the tip to scan the surface. And in this mode the resolution is very high because the distance between the tip and the surface is very less, so we can get the good resolution by using this contact mode. But due to the short distance between the tip and the sample, sometimes it is very high chances of the tip to be damaged. So contact mode is used to get the high resolution, and we have to be very careful just to scan the surface because there is a chance to damage the tip. In the contact mode, AFM consists of raster scanning the probe or the sample while monitoring the change in the cantilever deflection with the split photodiode detector. In this contact mode, we can monitor the change in the cantilever deflection as the laser beam fall upon the cantilever, and in the contact mode we can get the various deflection takes place in the cantilever. And feedback loop maintains a constant cantilever deflection by vertically moving the scanner to maintain a constant photo detector differences signal. It means we use the feedback loop so that this cantilever move constantly on the surface of the sample, and that can be detected through the detector at the different by using getting the different signals. And we are seeing on the screen that there are the two contact scanning modes. First is the constant height mode and second is the constant force mode. In the constant force mode, we are seeing that this tip will move constantly at a particular height, but here the constant in the constant force mode we are having the tip which is moving at a constant height, but here in the constant height mode the distance between the tip and the scanner can change accordingly the structure of the surface. But in the constant force mode, the distance between the surface and the tip will be the constant throughout the scanning of the surface. So these are the two modes: constant height, constant force mode in the contact scanning mode. Next is the constant scanning mode. There is a difference between the constant scanning mode and the constant height mode, and here we see that constant height scan, constant force. Advantages: what are the advantages of this? Large vertical range we can cover by using this. Constant force can be optimized to the minimum. Disadvantages are there as it requires a feedback control and we can get the small responses. But here in the constant height mode, advantages are simple structure, no feedback control is used, fast responses. Disadvantages of this type of mode is that it is a limited vertical range, cantilever banding and the detection dynamic range, and the force is varied in this case. So there is a difference between these two methods. Now we are having the comparison between the three scanning modes which can damage the sample. On the left hand side, the first diagram shows the contact mode imaging, which is heavily influenced by frictional and adhesive forces and can damage the samples and distort image we can get as a result. So these are the points which to be noted, that sometimes contact mode is not used to get the imaging of the surface because of the friction and adhesive forces, and it can damage the surface and we can get the distorted image of the sample. And in the non-contact mode AFM, the distance between the tip and the sample is large, and the cantilever is attractive towards the surface of the sample, and in this mode we can get the low resolution of the surface because the distance between the tip and the sample is large. There is no damage for the tip and the sample because it is at a particular distance from the sample. Next is here we see at the point of damage of the sample, here see the middle one, the central wall diagram is a non-contact imaging. Generally it provides the low resolution and can also be hampered by the contaminants, sometimes like water and other if it is not in a vacuum, then other sources also can damage the surface, and it layer which can interfere with the oscillations. So this is the drawback of the non-contact. Images can be damaged by because of this. So we have to be very careful. We set the parameters, we have to set all the experimental conditions to get the imaging of the surface by using the non-contact image. And next, which is most important, is the tapping mode AFM. In this the tip and the sample is kept intermediate in between the contact mode and the non-contact mode, and the cantilever is kept oscillating on the surface of the sample. It means it will move on the surface of the sample, and sometimes it will come near to the surface and sometimes it will be far from the surface. That's why it is come under the contact or non-contact mode. In this mode the resolution is better when we compare with the non-contact mode. So tapping mode is the important. If we compare between the 3 scanner mode, like for the damage of the surface, the tapping imaging takes advantages of the 2 of above. We can get the good imaging by using this, and there is a less chances of the damage of the surface, and it eliminates the frictional forces by intermittently contacting the surface and oscillating with the sufficient amplitude to prevent the tip in contact to the sample from the tapping, and by adhesive meniscus forces from the contaminant layers. And you will see on the right hand side diagram, there is a tapping mode which the cantilever is moving in the tapping mode. Sometimes it is very close to the sample, sometimes it is far from the sample. So this is the tapping mode in the AFM. And the tapping mode AFM consists of the oscillating the cantilever at its resonance frequency, that is typically 300 kilohertz, and lightly tapping the tip on the surface during the scanning. It means we are tapping the surface by exerting a very low forces on the cantilever, and this will touch the surface. This cantilever tip very lightly touch the surface. A feedback loop contains a constant oscillation amplitude by moving the scanner vertically at every XYZ data points. Means we can scan the surface by using the tapping process through the X, Y and Z direction. Recording this movement forms the topographical images, and that can be used, that can be kept in the detector. What is the advantages of tapping mode over the contact mode is that it eliminates the lateral shear forces present in the contact mode, and there is a light force exerted on the cantilever. This enables the tapping modes to image soft, fragile and adhesive surfaces without damaging them. As we are having that sometimes surface is not smooth, so accordingly the tapping mode works, and the cantilever tap on the surface. If it is smooth, then it will go in that manner. If it is having some disturbance in the surfaces, then this tip will move in that way. without damaging the surface, which can be drawback of the contact mode and application of the tapping mode. So tapping mode is plays a very important role to scan the surface without damaging the surface of the sample. And you see in the diagram that they are the picture of the silicon, and its Milan disease is 100 surface, and here we see the imaging by contact and non-contact tapping mode. So you are seeing that left hand side diagram explain the contact mode, but on the right hand side we are having the tapping mode. Now you can predict that which one is clear. On the right hand side the tapping mode is very clear, so we can get the good imaging by using the tapping mode. So this is the silicon chip, and we are having both the imaging of the by using the contact mode or the tapping mode. So tapping mode gives the good imaging without damage the surface. And what are the advantages of AFM? We can get the easy sample preparation in this AFM, works in the vacuum, air and the liquid also. Accurate height information we can get. Living system can be studied by using this AFM. Surface roughness of the sample can be qualified. 3D images we can find out this AFM. What are the disadvantages of AFM? Limited vertical ranges we have, limited magnification ranges we have. Data is dependent on the tip only. If the tip is good, then we can get the good resolution and we can get good imaging. Otherwise we cannot get the exact imaging of the picture. Damage of the tip is very common in the surface scanning, and the sample is possibly damaged by using this tip, and we are having the limiting scanning speed of the tip. These are the applications of the AFM. Unfolding of the proteins can be studied. Antibodies, antigen bindings, biomoleculars can be imaged. Ligands, ruptures studies, localization of the ion channels, force measurement of the real solvents environment, steady surface frictions, forces as well as the nano devices can be scanned by using this AFM. So we can use the conducting as well as the non-conducting material by using the AFM. Thank you very much.